What's going on, everyone? So, Lakers basketball is back, and we got the first of a back-to-back take on the Charlotte Hornets. At the time of recording this video, Luka is fully off of restrictions. He is expected to have increased minutes going into this game. However, LeBron James is still questionable, so we'll see if that changes. My guess, and again, this is just a guess, but my guess is that Luka will probably play this game and then sit the Blazers game, and LeBron will end up playing the Blazers game. Now, it's very possible LeBron plays both. That is very possible. It's a very real potential because LeBron, one, needs to play as many games as possible because you only have so many games that he's allowed to miss if he wants the accolades, all NBA, so on and so forth. So we'll see if he actually sits out. I could see if he does play, him maybe being on a minute restriction, right? Maybe they do something where he's only playing whatever, 30 minutes or something, or not 30 minutes, 20 minutes or something like that, right? But don't be shocked if he ends up sitting this game and then Luka ends up playing and then they switch, right? Luka sits the Blazers game and LeBron plays that game. Obviously, we need as many wins as possible. On top of as many wins as possible, you need just as much minutes together to build that chemistry and that understanding together. So obviously, if they both can play, that would be huge. And Lakers really got to win the games that they should win, right? Like this game, for example, the Blazers game coming up, because after that, it gets brutal, right? So you have the Nuggets, the Mavs, Timberwolves, got the Clippers twice. You got the Knicks and the Celtics, right? You got like 4 back-to-backs, including one against the Bucks and the Nuggets, and then again the Nuggets and the Bucks. So Lakers are just it's going to be rough, right? Lakers have a bunch of back-to-backs. They have a bunch of just hard-fought games that they're going to have to play. You don't have margin for error, right? Lakers are in the fight. They are in the hunt for a top seed. You need to ideally get a top 4 seed, but it's a game at a time. It's a step at a time, right? And the Hornets are a team that you should beat. Now, Lakers have been very good at beating the teams that they should beat. I understand the Utah game, and I understand people like, the Lakers just brutally destroyed Utah in the previous game when they actually took it serious and showed up, right? I don't really knock them for that last Utah game. Obviously, I don't like it. It's not something that I'm a fan of. But they were already checked out, right? They were already thinking about tomorrow rather than focusing on today. They were already in vacation mode, right? So it's fine. That was a trap game. That's usually how it goes, right? Utah, they wanted to come in and ball out and prove, they got absolutely embarrassed. They wanted to come out and embarrass themselves. I don't like that we got just ran through. I wish we would have at least put up somewhat of a fight, but it's understandable, right? Like, again, I'm not happy about it. It's not something that I like, but I'll take that out, right? Get back on track. Handle business. Let's get back to winning basketball games. Let's get back on some win streaks here. Great way to start is you beat the Hornets and you beat the Blazers, and then you get ready and geared up. Get a couple days off before that Denver game. And that Denver game is going to be huge for the Lakers. But I don't want to trade games. We're not at the time of the year where it's like, hey, I'll trade the Blazers game for the Denver game. No, I want all 3, right? And then that Dallas game for the revenge game. Let's go on a 4 or 5 game win streak again, right? I'd love to win 10 straight, right? And then it's like, man, we got 20 games left. Right? Can we go 10-10 during that stretch? Something like that, right? Or 12-8 during that stretch, whatever, right? Just takes pressure off the Lakers. I think the Lakers get at least 50 wins, which would put them at 18-12. I said going into the season that they would win 52 games, that I thought my projection was 52-30. Granted, I didn't think that they were going to trade for Luka, right? And I didn't think they'd trade Anthony Davis. But I still like the 50. They're still on pace to win 52 games. I still wouldn't be shocked if they win 52 games, which would mean they'd have to go 20-10, which I do think is very doable. But I could see a little bit of a learning curve. Look, at the end of the day, I care more about them being healthy and getting into the playoffs. I care more about them, as long as they're a top 4 seed, so they at least have home court in the first round. That's all I really care about. You know, my prediction is my prediction. I will gladly be wrong on my prediction. If they win 50 games and are the 4 seed and LeBron and Luka are healthy, perfect. Beautiful. Let's go, right? Like, to me, at the end of the day, that's what it's about, right? If we go into these playoffs healthy, we have a chance, right? Matchups are going to be very important. Matchups are going to be very key. But at the end of the day, LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves are the 3 guys you're going to be leaning on very heavily. And it's going to be up to those 3 guys to really kind of carry this and lead us on this charge. But I do have a lot of faith in this team. I do think that this team is a team that can absolutely win some games here. I do think that this is a team that can get into the playoffs. And healthy, no one wants to see them. No one wants to play a healthy Lakers team. I assure you of that. But no, again, it's a game at a time. It's a step at a time. And you got to start with a win against the Hornets, right? Like, Lakers cannot... They don't have the luxury of messing around, right? They don't have the luxury of going on a losing streak or anything like that. You're in the Western Conference, and it is incredibly tight, right? You need to obviously keep guys healthy, right? You need to do what's best for the team. I mean, even if the Lakers do end up the 5th or 6th, as long as you don't fall into the play-in, you're good, right? But ideally, you don't want to end up in the 5 or 6 seed. You want to be, top 4 seed, which is where I said that the Lakers would land, that I thought they'd be a top 4 seed, and they would win 52 games. You gotta at least aim for that, right? It's kind of the, shoot for the moon, but land in the stars. I mean, they're only like 3 games out from the even the 2 seed. So they're in striking distance. They're right where they need to be. There's a lot to be positive about. There's a lot to be excited about. But Lakers also need to make sure that they're managing Luka and LeBron as much as possible. Because if you have a healthy Luka and LeBron, you have a realistic chance of winning some playoff games here, of getting into the NBA Finals even. Definitely some tough matchups. I would prefer to avoid teams like, Denver if possible. Obviously, I out east, I would love to play the Knicks if I had to play any team, right? Boston and the Cavs, I'm not saying we can't beat them. I'm just saying, I just think that that'd be a much tougher matchup, particularly the Cavs with their interior, with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, could be a little bit of a handful. Boston, obviously the defending champs, and they're just really good and have the ability to stretch the Lakers out and stuff like that. I know the Lakers beat them recently, but we beat them last year too without LeBron and AD. And, I don't think anyone was like, oh yeah, Lakers are going to sweep the Celtics. I'm not saying the Lakers can't beat the Celtics. I'm just saying it's a tough matchup. If we could avoid them, right? Like, that would be great. But at the end of the day, again, you're really leaning on LeBron and Luka. And you're going to have the 2 best players every game come playoff time, right? But you have to get to the playoffs, right? Job's not finished. You still have a long way to go. And yes, we have a nice little cushion where we're, like half a game out of like the 4 seed and all that stuff. But, things change very quickly in the Western Conference. You go and you lose 2, 3, 4 straight. All of a sudden you're, now you're the 8th seed, right? Like, it's just, Lakers cannot afford to stumble here. Lakers cannot afford to go on any type of, long hiatus of losing basketball games. You got to handle business. Got to beat the Hornets. You got to continue to beat the teams that you're supposed to beat. Hornets, Blazers, you got the Pelicans coming up soon. Dallas, you should beat Dallas, right? Like, you got to win those games for sure. And then win, at least half of the games against the top teams. And Lakers will win 18, 20 games and will be, top 4 seed. So that's the goal. That's the mission. That's what the Lakers need to do. But as always, this is a discussion. Pass question you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Think the Lakers get the win? You excited to see this game? You glad that Lakers basketball is back? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it either way. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos. Truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.